to kick off proceedings here. Obviously we can't ride today for press, unfortunately. The track build's still underway. But we do have the stars of the show here. A quick introduction, not that you guys need it, but for anyone who doesn't know who these guys are, I've got Jason Thomas here. He's our lead host for broadcast. Australian Supercross legend Chad Reed, Dean Wilson, Joey Savatgy, Shane McElrath, Paul Thompson, Brodie Connolly, Matt Moss, Seth Burchell, Rusty Nunn, and Seth Thomas.
Jason Thomas, first off, welcome to Australia, mate. How's your Aussie adventure been so far?
Yeah, it's been great. I haven't been here in 18 years, so it's as great as I remember. Unfortunately, I would have loved to come down here in the interim. I travel a lot, right? And just Australia hasn't been on the schedule, and Justin Brayton wasn't able to make this round, which he'll be back for the final two. But yeah, more than happy to come down in his stead and try to do the job that he would have done and enjoy the beautiful weather and beach. And Wollongong's a great place to visit.
Yeah, obviously the track build's still underway at the moment. But what are your first impressions of the track so far, the dirt and the stadium?
Yeah, it's exactly like what I remember from 2005. Really dark dirt, but lots of traction. The challenge for these guys, and I was kind of talking to them right before the press conference, is tomorrow night when the sun goes down with the dirt being this dark and the lights are not really set up for Supercross, right? They come in from the side, so it creates a lot of shadows in a really dark environment. So it's really tough on the racers. You know, the spectators and the viewers at home will have no idea, but the racers are going to be challenged to see the lines, battle the shadows, and get that depth perception and change in low traction environments are going to be challenged with. So to me, that's going to be the biggest challenge. The obstacles, maybe they build big whoops, maybe they don't. But I really think that the light conditions and the way the dirt is will be one of the biggest challenges.
And aside from the Supercross, are you going to get a chance to have any downtime here and enjoy some of the sights?
You know what, I wish. Honestly, if it hadn't been such a last minute thing, I would have loved to stay maybe for a week on holiday, but I had so many things planned. I have to be back on Sunday night for work on Monday. We have a lot of things coming next week. So quick trip for me, but yeah, certainly beats sitting in an office. This is it's a great place to be.
Well, hopefully we see you back here again in the future.
I hope so.
So Savatgy, new team, new country, new bike. Did you expect coming off Redcliffe that you'd be riding away with a red plate?
I mean, obviously that's always the goal, right? But no, I mean, Dean's good. He's got the experience, and he's been around a long time. So I didn't expect anything. I definitely wanted to show up and be competitive. But to walk away with the red plate is obviously an added bonus. I really wanted to focus on really like the first 2 rounds, maybe 3, because then we'll have a little bit of downtime between this series and WSX. We've been wide open since we started racing, so a lot of traveling, haven't had any time to adjust and really test anything. My goal was to be on the box, and we were able to do that both nights at round 1 and 2 and actually get a win. So yeah, it definitely was an added bonus. I wasn't expecting it, but I'll take it and keep our head down and come into this weekend, try to do the same thing.
Yeah, with everything new, was there anything that you came away from Redcliffe, with a focus to work on, or?
Yeah, I mean, everything. Something always needs to be fixed. Going into Redcliffe, I had 3 days of riding on the 25 and 3 days of actually hitting whoops. Obviously I didn't race any AMA last year, any Supercross, so it had been over a year since I've ridden Supercross, and round 1 the whoops were on the bigger side, so it was kind of one of those things where I just had to take my weak spot as what it was and kind of manage what was going to be the most consistent for me. And obviously Dean was skimming, and that was quite a bit faster, but it was a risk-reward thing for me. Now that I got more time under my belt and I have some gate drops and some more laps, I have worked on the whoops because I knew that was a weak spot. But for me, honestly, it's just getting laps under my belt. Missing last year, then jumping back on a 450 kind of last minute, it was a combination of things, and for me, like, just getting the laps, getting the repetition in is kind of what I focused on over this little bit of time that we've had to ride. And yeah, I feel good, I feel confident, so yeah, we'll go racing and try to do it again.
Thanks, Joey, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Seth Burchell, the SX3 red plate holder, mate. You very dominant performance at rounds 1 and 2. Were you expecting that?
No, I wasn't actually. I just come into the round, just wanted to get on the podium both rounds and coming out with some good points. I wasn't expecting to go 1-1, but that's a dream start to the series. But I got 3 more rounds to go, and Wollongong up next, home round, so really looking forward to it.
Yeah, so what's the focus for the rest of the rounds, and do you feel more pressure with a red plate, or is it like less pressure because you got a little bit of a gap now?
A lot more confidence. Confident I know I can do it, and yeah, just that's it.
Too easy. Brodie Connolly, not a lot of Supercross prep coming into rounds 1 and 2. You've been primarily focused on motocross, but you've proven yourself to be one of the main contenders. How was rounds 1 and 2 for you, and how do you feel sitting in the championship at the moment?
Yeah, I come away obviously 3rd in the championship, so I'm pretty happy with that after the prep I had, riding motocross and stuff. So yeah, had a lot better few weeks leading up to this one, and yeah, to come away 3rd in points after those first 2 I was pretty stoked with. Wasn't really expecting that, to be honest, so yeah.
You did a little bit of time in the US, but obviously had an injury very early on. Is the focus with Supercross to end up back in the United States if you get a chance?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, we'll see how the rest of this year goes, but yeah, that's always been the dream. So we'll just keep working at that.
Thanks, Brodie, and good luck with it.
Sweet, thank you.
Dean Wilson, rounds 1 and 2, you've got a few challenges to your crown. You've still got the number 1 plate. What sort of was round 1 and 2 like for you, and what's the focus now moving forward for the rest of the series?
Yeah, so round 1 went really well. Can't complain with that. And then round 2 was actually going good, was in the lead, fell, got 3rd the first race, 2nd race, jumped off the track and got 2nd. So ended up 3rd overall, so wasn't real pleased with that. All mistakes on my part. But overall, so far, so good. I think the riding's good. From here on out, it's going to be a tough battle, and there's a lot of points on the line. This weekend, it's a Triple Crown with full points every race. I just learned that. I didn't even know. So that's going to be huge. So, yeah, I mean, goal is just to win as much as I can and collect as many points as I can.
It's your 2nd year in Australia. Do you feel that the level of the riders in Australia has elevated since last year?
Yeah, for sure. I think, like I said earlier, that everyone's just stepping up and, elevating themselves. So I have to do the same. And, yeah, it makes it a lot tougher. But I think Australia's got a real good group of riders. And, the 450 class is it's quite established, and it's a good challenge.
Thanks, Dean.
Thank you.
You got my pit bitch working for me now.
Mick Sinclair from the Australian Supercross, mate. Another crazy weekend.
Yeah.
How's it all going?
Yeah, everything's shaping up to be really good. You can see we've got the dirt going in now, the track's underway. They're actually traveling pretty good. We've got some really good looking dirt. It's going to be great. We're shaping up to be a really good event. I mean, the Triple Crown format's my favorite, personally. I love the shorter races. I love more gate drops. So it's a bit of a favorite event for me, and everything's shaping up to be good. Class numbers are great. Really strong SX. I think we've got 30 in SX1. I think it's the most numbers we've had in the SX1 category in Supercross for a long time. So yeah, everything's shaping up to be really good.
It's a great looking stadium. How are the ticket sales so far?
Yeah, really good. We're going to have that stand behind us pretty much full, and that stand over there pretty much full, and we're going to have a lot of crew up here on the hill. So it's anywhere from 10 to 12,000 at this stage. Hopefully we get a few more with walk-ups, but yeah, pretty solid crowd for us.
Fantastic. Well, yeah, good luck tomorrow night, and I look forward to seeing the bikes on track.
Thanks, Pete.